What's going on, Vikings fans? You are watching Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we got an interesting one because I'm going to be making the case that even though this Vikings season has not gone as planned, and with Sam Darnold balling out with the Seattle Seahawks, I still truly believe this. The Vikings made the right decision picking JJ McCarthy to be their starting quarterback this season over Sam Darnold. And for the main reason of that being, the Vikings finally took a risk. And they took a risk in developing a young quarterback who is 22 years old, has never really been the quarterback to carry an offense because at Michigan, they run the ball a whole lot. They had the talent advantage in almost 99% of games that he played in. But the Vikings, they took a risk on JJ. And with Sam Darnold, if they would have brought him back, signed him to that same contract the Seahawks gave him of 3 years, $100 million, I truly do believe this, the Vikings would not sniff an NFC Championship game appearance. So I respect this organization taking the risk. And even though it's not paying off right now, it will pay off down the line if JJ McCarthy works out, and I think he will. And I tweeted this out late last night. Ended up getting pretty good traction on Twitter. And it's the famous scene from The Office where Pam is telling Michael Scott to stop dating his mother, or her mother. And then I pretty much put it an overlay of stop believing in JJ McCarthy and saying, you know what? I'm going to believe even harder. And, I'll also say this for fans, and I'm a little disappointed in some Vikings fans because people are already comparing him to Christian Ponder, saying he is already a no-doubt bust. Like, you're out of your damn mind. Honestly, I think it's just a pathetic take. If you're going to take the first 5 games of a 22-year-old kid as that being the sample size and you're already chalking it up, oh, kid's a bust. He is next Christian Ponder. He's 22 years old. He is coming off a torn meniscus. He had a high ankle sprain early on this season, and you're just willing to say because he lost a division game at home against the Chicago Bears, who are 7-3, and yes, he was not good yesterday by any means. I'm not saying that, but to say that you're already chalking it up as, the Vikings made the wrong decision with JJ, he's a bust, we got to look for a quarterback next offseason, I think that is a ludicrous take. I think it is a horrible take, and this is what we all wanted. Like, for the last couple of years, you guys were telling me, don't bring Kirk Cousins back. Don't bring Sam Darnold back. We got to go get our own. We got to develop our own young quarterback. And now we're in the thick of it because it wasn't going to be a smooth ride. We knew this. There was going to be growing pains. There was going to be a ton of downs as watching a young quarterback develop. I absolutely love it. I love that he struggled yesterday. I love that everybody is making fun of this kid on social media. The 9 jokes. People saying he's a bust. Like, this kid gets ridiculed more than anybody from other teams' fan bases and sometimes with their own Vikings fans. And now fans are just going to bail. We're just going to say, Kevin O'Connell, JJ McCarthy, they don't know what they're doing out there. I understand it has not been good this season. But if you're going to bail now, you probably aren't really that good of a Vikings fan, at least just in my opinion. And he is 22 years old, and he's only played 5 games. And you're ready just to kick the tires on him? You're ready to say, it's over? He is no doubt a bust. I think that's absolutely ludicrous, and I think it's a terrible take to have. And instead of maybe this Vikings fan base, hey, putting our arms around this kid, maybe believing in him, because listen, guys, we are also one of the most cursed franchises in National Football League history. We have the 4th highest winning percentage in NFL history out of all organizations, and we have never won a Super Bowl. So now when they're finally taking a risk, they're finally going big or going home, now y'all want to bail? Now y'all want to say, we should have kept Sam Darnold. We should have even brought back Daniel Jones. Yes, maybe we would have been better this season with both those guys. We would not have been making an NFC title game. We would not have been even sniffing a Super Bowl with either of those guys at quarterback. And yes, obviously we're not going to probably make the playoffs this season with JJ McCarthy, but I think him going through this and him developing with real on-field reps, it will pay huge dividends down the road. So you guys let me know. Are you giving up on JJ McCarthy? Give me a Y for yes, or give me an N for no. Now, I know this video kind of seems ludicrous to make right now because of how good Sam Darnold has played this season, and he has been a really, really good quarterback this year. Sam Darnold was playing at an MVP level, but again, yesterday against the Los Angeles Rams, the old Sam Darnold kind of turned his head, and he's just a different quarterback in big games. Guys, last year, it was a perfect example of who he was. Like, when the system is right for him, when he's playing in the noon slot, when he's playing at the 325 slot, and there's really no big playoff implications. There's, yes, he did have some big-time moments last year, but in the 2 biggest games, Week 18 against the Lions, and in that playoff game against the Rams, the guy was flat-out terrible, and he was flat-out terrible yesterday. This was a battle of 2 8-2 two 7-2 ball clubs, NFC West showdown for the number 1 seed for the division title, and Sam Darnold played awful. He was 29 of 44 with 4 interceptions. He still has that pumpkin mode in him. And I will always be a Darnold guy. I will never, I'm not trying to make this video, just, dunking on Darnold, saying, he's not a good quarterback, because that'd be ludicrous to say. Sam Darnold's a hell of a quarterback. He is still a top 15 QB in the league, in my opinion. And I'll always be grateful for the memories and the experiences of watching him last year in a really just unbelievable season for the Vikings in 2024. And also, me saying this, I'm not saying the Vikings would be, worse this year with Sam Darnold. There's no doubt the Vikings would be significantly better this year with Darnold. We might be at the top of the NFC North. We might just be flipping spots with the Bears, and we might be 7-3. But that's not the case. And it's not like even if they would be better this season, I still don't think we would have been winning. Maybe we would win 1 playoff game max, but for sure not winning 2 playoff games with him at the helm. Just because in big games, he's not a big game quarterback. Now back to JJ McCarthy. This whole season now is about him, and it's about developing him. And I had this thought. What if the Vikings, and what if JJ turns this around, and we end up being the 2023 Packers? Because the Packers back in 2023, how we're 4-6 right now? Well, they were 3-6. They ended up making the playoffs at 9-8, and they went into Dallas and caught a big-time playoff win against the Cowboys. And I remember all Packers fans were ready to jump off that Jordan Love ship because he was playing awful. But what did he do? He turned it around. That's when the whole Toyotathon thing started, where once Toyotathon started to run those ads, he ended up playing some great football. So, there's a chance out there. What if the Vikings go 6-1 down the stretch? And they make the playoffs, get to 10-7, somehow win a playoff game. That is still on the table. Is it likely? Probably not. But what if JJ figures this out? What if with all the reps he's getting now, what if just something clicks with him, and then this team kind of lives up to our preseason expectations? So just be patient. You guys let me know. Did the Vikings make the right decision? Pick a quarterback for me. Give me a 9 for JJ McCarthy. Or give me a 14 for Sam Darnold. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. Now, I'm also not just making this video just to, blindly, say you should believe in JJ McCarthy. I think he has shown enough that we should, really wrap our arms around him and give you guys some reason to believe. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But before we do so, I do want to give a massive shout out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. Now, the hard-hitting football action is even better on PrizePicks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on PrizePicks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick up the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. If you guys want to pick more on JJ McCarthy's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns this week in Lambeau Field, well, now you can't pick all of them in the same lineup, only on PrizePicks. You guys can also follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit that follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. So download the PrizePicks app today, plug in that promo code CONS, get hooked up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's promo code CONS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. But shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, so why do we believe in number 9? There's no doubt he has shown major flashes. And if you don't see that, you're probably just not trusting your eyes too much. Because even though this kid has some of the worst throws I've ever seen on an NFL field, he also will make some big-time throws. The touchdown throw he had to Jordan Addison, it looked on the TV copy like Addison just ran wide open. But J.J. McCarthy on that play, Acho did a good breakdown on it. He is holding that safety with his eyes to the middle of the field, trying to look at Justin Jefferson's way. Then he quickly, not technically a no-look pass, but he kind of just flips his hips really quick, throws an absolute seed to Addison. That's a big-time throw. Late in the fourth quarter, game-winning drive in a game where you are struggling. So he was showing flashes, even against the Lions making big-time plays. Even against the Ravens when he was horrible again, he showed some flashes there. So it's not like JJ just hasn't shown anything. If he hasn't shown anything, and this has truly been he looks like a 7th-round pick out there, yes, I would 100% probably not be making this video right now. But he has shown enough flashes, at least in my opinion, where it's we should give him to the end of next season. Kevin O'Connell and J.J. McCarthy, that marriage, we should not bail off that until next season is completed. At least that's just my opinion. Because also this kid, he's 22 years old. He's going to turn 23 in January. He is 5 starts into his NFL career. Again, I don't know how much longer. You can say this. When does it become you can't say, oh, this is only a 6th start. This is only a 7th start, only his 8th start. But I'm willing to give him to the end of next season, because what are you going to do? You're going to go draft a quarterback? You're going to restart this whole process? Like, at least this is a guy who Kevin O'Connell handpicked out of the draft. Like, he clearly sees something, so he's going to lean more into him. And I think Vikings fans should too. And even though I think the support system this year has taken a step back, like Jefferson, Addison, Hockenson, they don't seem like the same guys that they were previous years, but I still think it's a great support system. You still got Kevin O'Connell. You still got Josh McCown. Like, he's got the infrastructure to continue to develop. And also, like, he's going to learn from all this. Like, his work ethic is really what makes me believe in him, because this guy is a sicko. Like, we've heard his teammates talk about it. Like, he's in the building 24/7. And now with him getting ridiculed on social media as much as he does, obviously he probably doesn't look at that too much, but he wants to go out there and be better, for himself and for his teammates. Like, I think he's just going to learn from this. Like, every play he misses a throw, every, bad read he has. Like, it's not like this is something where it's not like he doesn't have the tangibles to do it. He's got a live arm. He's got a clutch gene. He is a good athlete. He's just going to have to learn from all these mishaps. And also, it's not like he has had a smooth kind of introductory to the NFL. He tore his meniscus his rookie year. He had a high ankle sprain this year that kept him out 7 weeks. He had a kid early on in the season. He also had all the pressure in the world on him. Like, I was putting pressure on him. We were all saying this season probably comes down to him if we're going to be successful. And has he taken more time than I thought to develop? Absolutely. But he's also gone through more than most young quarterbacks have had. Like Drake May last year, he showed flashes, but it's not like he was good. Like these other young quarterbacks in the league, like JJ has already done more than most of them. Like Michael Penix, has he won a big game in his life? Absolutely not. Like, has Caleb Williams is 7-3 this year. They're having a good year. He still hasn't beat a good football team, because I don't think the Vikings are a good football team right now. JJ still went to Detroit, got a big-time win. He still beat the Bears on the road, first start ever in the NFL. Like, he has gone through a lot, so just be patient with him. Understand this is tough times, so this is when we really need to dig in here and support our young 22-year-old quarterback. So just everybody be patient. Just want to make this video just because the discourse online is just it's just stupid. Like, there's a lot of stupid takes out there on JJ. There's a lot of stupid takes in even the Chat Sports Studios where I work at. There's people just love to kill this kid. I don't know why. I don't get it. He's a good guy. He works his ass off. But, hey, that's all I got to say today. We'll have a video coming out later. But if you guys made it to the end, give me those skulls down below. And we'll get on out of here. Let's go Vikes.